We have Steve Henke over here from DAP Health rocking out to the Clash. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. This is great wake-up music.
Indeed it is.
A regular guest. Steve's been here several times.
I know. We're going to have to get you a little cubicle to work out of.
I'd love that.
With DAP Healthcare. What's your official title down there?
I'm Chief of Brand Marketing.
That sounds big.
Well, it's a stewardship position, right? I take care of the brand until the next person sits in my chair.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy the job and have it for a long, long time, because you do a good job. I know that. And you also explain it well on K News Radio. So you've got a huge event coming up. I believe it's the 24th, which would be, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, a week from Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about it.
Well, we're really excited because, Revival Stores will be celebrating its 30th anniversary next year. And for 30 years, Revivals has been really the Valley's go-to resale store.
I just took a bunch of stuff to Revivals out in Palm Desert.
Thank you.
And I go there to pick up records and things. I didn't know you guys had been around for 30 years.
Yeah,
wow.
30 years. It started 30 years ago in the back of what was Desert AIDS Project on Vela Road. And, as DAP, Desert AIDS Project, grew and became DAP Health, and it needed more funding, Revivals opened more stores. Now there's 4 locations across the Valley.
What are those locations? Palm Desert I go to.
Palm Springs, Cathedral City, Palm Desert, and Indio, all on the 111. So you can really make your loop. Thrifters love to thrift. I always say, when you're a resale store, you're not competing with other resale stores, because when you're a thrifter, you have a loop. And you go on that loop as many times as you can every week. And you don't.
They even do that with garage sales.
That's right. That's right. So, a resale shopper, someone who wants to relove the pre-loved, as we say at Revivals, we want them to go to all the stores, because all the Valley locations, regardless of what the resale store is, they all benefit really great nonprofits. We just happen to benefit DAP Health. Mm-hmm. And what I love about Revivals is, just like DAP Health has been innovating, this is the 40th year for DAP Health, innovating healthcare access, Revivals has been innovating resale. And it is the only reseller store in America that has its own brand of new furniture. And it has for 8 years. It's called Mode Furniture. Believe it or not, it's been voted several times best new furniture store in the Valley.
Wow. We
can't believe it, because, that's in competition with some very big brands. And that is because Revivals is very unique in the sense that you can take it home today. It's not showroom
then you
items.
have to order it.
You don't have to order it. You can take it home today. If you see it on the floor at Revivals, you can take it with you. That was especially popular during the pandemic when everybody was back ordered. But it's really popular for another reason, which is the business model at Revivals is fundraising. It's not necessarily how much margin they can make on a particular item. It's how much money can they raise for DAP Health. And so you're going to find styles and brands that you'll see at other furniture stores across the Valley at much lower prices. And that's the magic of Revivals. And so what we're super excited about is we're going to do our first pop-up store that we've ever done, in partnership with local design duo Dann Foley and Beau Stinnette, of course, of Foley Stinnette Interior Design.
They're well known.
Yes, and Dan just had a coffee table book drop called It's in the Mix, Designs for Living Well, and he was just named Product Designer of the Year at the Dallas Furniture and Gift Market. And so this is a really unique opportunity for us to bring in really somebody with a national presence, because he has a huge line of product with a company called Stylecraft, and it's sold at retailers all across the country. There isn't a standalone store here in Greater Palm Springs, so we're going to create one. We're going to pop up the Dann Foley Lifestyle collection at Revivals on February 24th. Is that what happens
on the 24th?
Yes.
But the pop-up store will probably stay open for a period of time, won't it?
We're going to keep it up. We want to try to keep it open for at least 60 days as our goal. But, it's never going to look better than it looks at the 24th. And so we want to invite the community to come in on the 24th, because our store opens at 10 a.m. every Saturday. But on that day, come in early and grab a seat. We usually say come in and shop, but come in and grab a seat, because Dann Foley and Beau Stinnette are going to be in the store, and I'll be kind of doing a panel discussion with them. They're going to share their tips and tricks, some of the most often questions they've been asked as interior designers in their career, which spans over 30 30 years.
How high do you hang the pictures?
Exactly. There's so many questions.
It's a question for so many men. You can always tell when a man has hung, and this is a female friend of mine told me this. You can always tell when a man has hung a picture because it's too high on the damn wall. Yeah. And so whenever I'm hanging pictures, I'm thinking of my friend Katrina. I'm like, all right, middle eye, straight ahead. That's where the picture goes. I don't know why it's dudes that can't do it.
Yeah. No, this is just a great chance because, usually when you have a consultation with designers of any ilk, there's a price tag associated with it. And, some people can't afford it. Some people don't have the time. What I believe, and this was my experience shopping furniture, I came from the Midwest. I grew up in a very, very normal family with normal means. My dad worked in radio, and we would go shopping for furniture as a family because furniture in the Midwest, or for most people, is a huge investment.
It's going to be with you for a while.
It's going to be with you for a while. And so I remember those memories of my mom and dad shopping for a dining room table or that new sofa. And it's always stuck with me that it's a family sort of experience and it creates a memory. And so what we at Revivals want is we want families, if you're choosing to buy that new furniture at a resale store, it should be that same amazing memory, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're going to be creating all kinds of unique experiences around that dining table. You'll be having conversations on that sofa. Most people can't afford to spend a lot of money on decor and furniture. Most people can't hire a decorator, right? That's just the truth for most Americans.
Well, the price, furniture is, I don't know what the markup is on it, but you go to some of these stores, and we just went through it with a new couch. It's pretty pricey. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you go into a place, a resale place, and you can, and most resale places, I'm sure Revivals, they're not going to take it if it's damaged anyway. It's got to be
in good condition. Yeah. And I think that's going to be the fun part about this event, because when you come in, you're going to be able to really hear from experts. How do you mix affordably priced new furniture at Revivals that anybody can take home with pre-loved items, and get sort of that sense of how do you create a room on a really manageable budget. And what I love about Dan and Beau is they create and really focus on something called transitional design. And what that means is they don't have a specific look or trend that they're locked into or that they force on their clients. They create spaces that are very livable. They create spaces, even if it's all newly decorated, that looks like it's been there for a very long time. They will take a contemporary piece and mix it with a traditional piece. They'll take a very valuable piece perhaps and mix it with something that somebody already had in their home or something bought at a resale store. And so this is going to be, this idea of how do you mix pre-loved with brand new? How do you create a room on a budget? It's just a great opportunity, especially if there's couples or families that are looking for solutions on how to update their home on a price point, because I think that's really where we're at right now, is everybody's got a budget and they can't go over it.
I love your term pre-loved. Who came up with that?
Oh, the world.
Well, I was going to say, talking about mixing the pre-loved with the brand new, it may be an obvious point, but that's what you have in your store with your mode furniture, which sometimes you think about inexpensive furniture, you think the design's not going to be cool, it's not going to be contemporary, this, that. That mode furniture is very mid-century, it's very clean, very sleek, like they're cool designs, bright colors. So then you have everything else that gets donated. So you could, if you could get their ear, you could drag around the store. Okay, I'm buying this. Now show me all the things that would go with it. So you kind of have like that one-stop shop for their exact methodology, I guess.
Well, and that happens every day at Revivals. I see people taking something from the pre-loved side of the store and bringing it over to the brand new mode furniture section, and they're looking at, does this lamp go with this side table, or does this side table go with the sofa? And I don't know another retail store anywhere where you can do that and really be a DIY designer and see how it looks before you even take it home. But
doesn't this fall in Modernism Week also? It's
during Modernism Week. And this is the other thing that I love about it is not everyone's a modernista. Not everyone craves mid-century modern design, and so if you're in town and you're a design aficionado, but you want to take a look at a different design aesthetic, again, Dan Foley and Beau Stinnette, transitional design, they're going to be really showing you how to mix affordable, pre-loved, and brand new furniture and decorative accessories. Their collection, I've seen it, it's gorgeous. It's got decorative pillows, it's got decorative accessories, it's got hard goods, it's got sofas, it's got art, it's got everything. And so this pop-up shop, when they build it out and vignette it, it's going to include items that are pre-loved and all of their brand new product in a really unique space. And so I think it's just going to be a showstopper to see. You're going to see a lot of inspiration for your home, but then of course in the ability to have this conversation, ask questions in person, what an opportunity to really rethink your space.
Yeah. Plus a fun day. We're talking with Steve Henke, DAP Health. Got a big event. It actually kicks off on the 24th with a pop-up store, but you're going to have a big program, and this will be at Revivals in Palm Springs beginning at 11 on the 24th.
That's right, 11 a.m. Doors open at 10 o'clock, so you can come and shop. We have, Revivals is famous for its weekend sales, so come in early if you want to and shop those sales, and then just grab a seat and listen to Beau and Dan talk about design and ask your questions. That's the great thing. It's like everyone's invited to, bring your questions with you. To this event, because I'm going to be going through the audience with a microphone. We say it's a 30-minute event, but the truth is, I know Dan Foley and Beau Stinnette are committed. We'll stay there until the last question is asked. And if you have questions...
30 minutes is not enough.
It's not enough. And so we'll be there. We'll sit there and we'll continue having a conversation. And even after that, we'll hang out and people can walk up and ask anything that they want to know.
Sounds good. And there's a website if they wanted more information?
There is. Revivalsstores.com, that's 2 S's in the middle, has a blog post with all the information, some preview images of the Dan Foley Lifestyle collection, and of course more information about Foley Stinnette Design because, again, they've been in business for 30 years, and we're just excited that they've chosen to partner with us and bring their beautiful collection inside our store.
Tell us a little bit, and before we have to depart on this topic, about the coffee table book.
Yeah, so the coffee table book that Dan Foley wrote, it's called In the Mix, Design for Living Well, and we are actually pre-ordered 40 copies of it. That's a really good question, because what we're going to do is the first 40 people to purchase from the Dan Foley Lifestyle collection that day are going to go home with a free coffee table book.
Nice.
And it's got a retail value of $40. And what I love about it is it's a beautiful coffee table book. It's aspirational in terms of the images. It shows a lot of their design, but it's also a practical how-to. And so, you'll get a chance to hear from the designers in person, but then, if you buy something and you take that book home with you, it'll be an ongoing how-to guide as you continue to have questions about your space and you want to refer back to it with helpful tips and tricks.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking about the first furniture I had. It was with my first wife, and we made our coffee table with 4 cinder blocks and a piece of wood on the top.
Yeah. Well, you've moved on from both the wife and that coffee table.
Right. I remember the coffee table fondly. But, well, Steve Henke, we wish you nothing but the best. We know Revivals is a big part of our valley, and as I said, I take things in there, and I've looked around. It looks like a nice store. I can't say I've ever bought anything in there, but it's a place that I might certainly consider going to buy. And
I will say, I was there the other day, and I saw a gem in there from back in my old Best Buy days, a speaker set, these Vienna acoustics, very high-end, very cool, surround sound set that we used to sell. I mean, I never even sold a set of these at the store. They were too expensive. I never had customers buy them for $1,000 for the whole set. Just beautiful wood, amazing sound. I mean, there are gems at Revivals that you will find.
What would they normally retail for? Do you
I mean, those speakers are probably going for $2,000 to $3,000 each, and the whole set went for $1,000. I just thought, God, I wish I had the extra cash right now. It would have been so cool.
I always tell people, if you see something that you think you might like or love at Revivals, grab it, buy it, take it home, because here's the great thing. 100% of the profits benefit DAP Health, right? So when you're buying something at Revivals, you're actually funding healthcare and healthcare equity for this community. If it doesn't work out for you, if you made a mistake, donate it back. You're donating then, so you've just funded it, and now you're donating back to healthcare equity and healthcare access for your friends and neighbors. And so you can't make a mistake when you're shopping at Revivals.
Mike, talk to Steve. That $1,000 might go down to $800 for you.
Well, you know what? I agreed with him when he said if you see something you like, you better buy it. My mentality is, well, you don't know if it'll be there next time you're there. I was in a week later checking the records again. I walked by that section just to take a peek. Long gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another missed opportunity.
My wife thinks I have enough speakers.
Steve Henke, DAP Health, thanks so much. You're always a pleasure to have in here, and good luck with your program that kicks off on the 24th of this month, and then this pop-up store you say you hope will go for a couple months.
We're going to try to keep it together for 60 days, unless people come in and wipe us out, but I hope they don't. We're going to keep replenishing it as long as we can.
Good deal.
Thank
you, Steve.
Thank you.